Picture this. You've found your dream home, but how do you sell without ending up with 2 mortgages or worse, having nowhere to go? It's no longer about just finding a buyer. It's about mastering the timing so that you can secure your next home while waiting for your current one to sell. Timing is everything, and today we're going to show you how this can work. In today's market, over 70% of buyers and sellers say it's a good time to move. And many homeowners are buying and selling at the same time. We see this all the time in Dallas-Fort Worth. And in Texas, our housing inventory is actually quite high compared to years past, but the right houses, the well-priced houses, the best conditioned houses are still going really fast, which means that it might be harder to find the right property quickly without having a plan. Is it actually possible to buy before you sell without the financial chaos? Well, today I'm going to share with you 5 ways to secure your next home without the stress of a double mortgage. Number 1 is the contingency strategy. This is the most common one that most people hear about, and it's one way to protect your home with a contingency on the sale of your home. This essentially tells the seller, I'm buying your house, but only after mine sells. And while it protects your bank account from double mortgages, it can be a hard sell in a competitive market if there's multiple offers on that house. And that's where you could try doing a delayed closing instead of a contingency, and that could come in. It gives us more time to find your buyer while a new home is already secured. So doing a farther out close date. The risk on that is if your home doesn't sell in time, your earnest money could be at stake, which could be thousands of dollars. So let's talk about some other options. The second option could be a bridge loan or asset-based lending. And it's really important you know that on these options, it's more sophisticated. So certain lenders can do this, certain lenders can't. And if you want to make a stronger non-contingent offer on the sale of your home, we could look at bridge loans. They basically bridge the financial gap so that you can buy with cash-like confidence before your current equity is unlocked in your home. Alternatively, if you have a robust online investment portfolio, you might look at what's called a securities-backed line of credit, which lets you borrow against your brokerage accounts without selling your stocks. And so I've seen this before where clients might have 1 or 2 million tied up maybe with Chase. They'll give them a line of credit that they can borrow against, and then they pay that back when their other home sells. It's more sophisticated, but it could be a great option if you have that available. The third option would be tapping into existing wealth. You may have heard of like a HELOC, which is a home equity line of credit, or tapping into your 401k. You can tap into the assets that you already have. And so a HELOC allows you to borrow against the equity in your current home to fund the down payment on the new one. And a lot of times credit unions can do that. They're locally based and they can do that faster than a larger bank can. But in other cases, you can take a short-term loan from your 401k to cover the transition costs. And since you're borrowing from yourself, the interest often goes back into your own account, making a great way to access fast cash while your current home is being prepped for the market. And you're not having to still juggle between how do I get my home ready for sale and do all of that and also plan for the move. Now, there's a fourth one. We actually brought this one here to North Texas. This is a modern buy before you sell program. And you'll see a lot of companies offer that these days. And what they are is they are now specialized programs and companies that we work with directly. You may have heard of Homeward or Knock or Orchard or Fly Homes. All of these are designed specifically to help you buy first. These services can even front the money on your new home so you look like a cash buyer. And then you go back and manage the sale of your other home. And usually you have 3 to 6 months to get it sold. While they're not right for everyone, this option can sometimes be a little bit more expensive too, but it can totally be a game changer for the right situation and we can help you vet that if it's the right strategy for you. I think especially if you have someone older that's trying to transition into senior living, or they're like later phases in life, or really young kids and pets, and you're trying to juggle the chaos of showings and that sounds really stressful. Something like some of these options could be really great for you. The last one that you might consider, and this is one I love a ton, would be if the math is tight, you could consider a rent back agreement. It's also known as a seller lease back. And that is you sell your current home first, but we negotiate a lease back for the right buyer where you finalize your next move. And I've seen these lease backs up to 30 or 60 days. Now, you may pay for that, but the nice part is you already have the equity from your home sale in your your bank account, you have a lease for a short period of time, and then you move to the next. And this really removes the rush from the transition and ensures that you have the funds on hand to be a non-contingent buyer for your dream home. And that's going to give you a much stronger negotiating position when you go to the next home. So buying before selling is entirely possible, but it does require a customized strategy because every one of these 5 have nuances of what's going to work best for you. So if you're eyeing a new property, but you feel stuck in your current one, reach out to us and book a free one-on-one strategy call. And if you found this helpful, please make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you don't miss future market updates and pricing strategies, because we do this to help educate our audience and to make sure that you have the tools you need to have success in the real estate market.